Mrs. Smith, I need to ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
Certainly, Lieutenant. How's the investigation going?
It's going well. We're making progress on some leads.
Did you check out the names I gave you?
Yes, I did.
Well?
Well, John, his business partner, checked out okay.
Are you sure? John was always very jealous of Howard's success, even though they were partners. He's a very self-serving, and he has a hot temper.
And he was down in Miami on vacation when the murder took place.
Really? Is that where he said he was?
Mrs. Smith, we have airline and hotel records to verify it. Plus, he was with his family to further add to his alibi.
Oh. And how about Tammy, the neighbor across the street? You know they had an affair behind my back 2 years ago. I almost divorced Howard because of it. Are you aware of that?
Yes, she told us about that. She checks out too.
She checks out too? Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how that's possible. Howard broke things off with her, and I thought she was going to come after him with an axe. She's very possessive, and rather psychotic woman, if you ask me. She may be petite, but don't let that bother you.
Mrs. Smith, when was the last time you saw Tammy?
Maybe 2 months ago? Needless to say, I don't see her often anymore.
Mrs. Smith, Tammy broke her leg 2 weeks ago. She's in a cast. I verified her injury with her doctor. Kind of hard to kill someone when you're on crutches.
I suppose if someone was really determined.
Yeah. Really determined.
Why are you looking at me like that, Lieutenant?
I don't know, Mrs. Smith. Why don't you tell me?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
You've given me the names of 2 people you were so sure had allegedly murdered your husband. Yet they both had alibis that clearly proved neither one of them could do it.
Look, I'm sorry both my leads were dead ends. I'm not trying to waste your time. I suspect both of them have a strong motive. That's why I gave you their names. I just want to find the killer of my husband.
I appreciate the leads, Mrs. Smith.
I'll ask you again, Lieutenant. Why are you looking at me like that?
I sense that you're not telling me everything.
What do you mean?
Do I need to spell it out for you? You're lying to me. You're covering up for somebody. Perhaps yourself.
Oh, sure. Come after his wife, the grieving widow.
Your husband was killed in his car in the garage, and the garage door was closed and couldn't be opened with only a garage door opener. The only other way in is through the house. Just tell me anyone else who have gotten to him in there except you, and I would be happy to question them.
Let me think.
Well,
I'm still thinking.
of whom? Someone else to throw blame on?
Why are you all of a sudden so quick to blame me now? As you said, anyone could have gone through the house to get him. Just because the first 2 leads didn't pan out.
Mrs. Smith, my job is to investigate murders. I know when I'm being lied to and when someone is covering up for somebody else. I think we need to go down to the police station. Do you have anything else to say before we go?
I'm not saying anything else without my lawyer present.
Best damn idea you've had in a while.
You jackass.
Mrs. Smith, you are under arrest for the murder of your husband, Howard Smith. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. Should you be unable to afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Do you understand these rights?